Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to keep this video hopefully less than 20 minutes, but I will, no promises. Today, I would like to discuss, apparently, the most egregious change to the game since sunsetting. However, I strongly disagree. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Bungie announced last week in the TWAB, or the This Week at Bungie, blog post on Bungie.net that they would be making a change. That change reads as follows. Closing out, we are also making a change to the way Guardians create orbs of power with weapons. Elements of the new weapon crafting system will encourage you to use many different weapons and ask you to burn hard-earned masterwork materials on a weapon that you may only be using for a few hours, just to generate orbs. That seemed like a tall order. This combined with our desire to act on consistent feedback that players want to be able to generate orbs of power with exotic weapons that do not yet have catalysts, led us to the implementation we will be using in Witch Queen and beyond. Orb generation on weapon multi-kills will no longer be a function of a weapon's masterwork status, but will instead be provided by a suite of armor mods, which will be unlocked automatically for all players and which will plug into the helmet armor mod slot. Each such mod will apply the orb generation effect to all weapons you have equipped of a particular damage type. So a singular mod will cover multiple weapons in your arsenal if they share a damage type. This also applies to a weapon that changes damage types, like hard light or a kinetic weapon with osmosis. We will continue to create exciting exotic catalysts over the next seasons, but in the meantime, you'll be able to generate orbs with Cloud Strike, Thorn, Thunderlord, Teraba, and any other weapon in the game. Alright. I'm going to put this into terms that everybody can understand, because sometimes Bungie's blog posts can be a bit jargony. Basically, they are taking away the masterworked weapon status ability to generate an orb of light on a weapon double kill. This happens quite often because in regular PvE you're going to get the double kill and you're going to generate that orb of power. That orb of power is useful for probably the most basic build in the game. The taking charge, protective light, supercharged, maybe high energy fire if you could really keep the orb of power flowing. Build, which I don't even really classify as a build, it's just you don't have combat style mods on, so here, put these on because they're easy and don't make you think. I believe this change is a net positive for a multitude of reasons. To begin with, I think build crafting will be more important. You will no longer just be able to freely put protective light on your class and become charged with light and get the 50% damage reduction that charged with light is when you become red bar health. We're talking about a legitimately 50% damage reduction for literally throwing on 2 mods. Which, if you think that is okay for in-game content, you are either not thinking correctly or don't understand game balance. With this change, you will have to think about how you become charged with light. Right now, in the game, there is a large suite of combat style mods that can currently make you charged with light with similar to, if not less, effort. There is a suite of charged with light mods that simply getting weapon double and triple kills will give you a stack of charged with light without even having to go pick up an orb. These mods are Quick Charge, Blast Radius, Precisely Charged, Precision Charge, Sustained Charge, and Swift Charge. These are for all primaries, heavies, and specials in the game. And a simple double or triple kill with the weapon will make you charged with light. Some of these are stronger than others. Some of these can make some really, really strong builds if you know what you're doing with them. For instance, a quick charge plus heavy-handed build with something like a null composure with reservoir burst, or a glacioclasm with reservoir burst. You can clear whole rooms of ads while running just a special weapon and keep basically infinite special ammo if you do it correct, which is insanity. You can do something similar with a blast radius, extra reserves build using a deafening whisper. You'll have basically full uptime charged with light, and you will have infinite special ammo if you do it right, because getting void kills will create special ammo, and blast radius will give you charged with light. And there's many other builds in the game that you can do this with. For instance, something similar to what I'm doing right now, you can use any of this elemental mods that will create an elemental well for you, and then use elemental charge, and there you go, you're now charged with light. What you do with that charge with light is up to you. Right now, with the on-screen you're seeing, is just simply protective light, because I just wanted to show off that you can maintain charge with light forever if you just build it right. I do not think this orb change is going to damage the game at all. I don't think it's bad for the game. I think it's good for what it says it's supposed to do. It's supposed to save our masterwork materials. We're not supposed to be burning masterwork materials on all these weapons just so we can delete them. Obviously, there's going to be things in the crafting system that are going to be tasks that Bungie asks us to do, such as, hey, go generate 100 orbs of light with this weapon, and you don't want to masterwork a weapon that you're just going to delete in, 10-20 minutes after you generate that orbs of light, because that's a waste of shards. And I know for the super hardcore player base, yeah, it's no big deal. We have hundreds and hundreds of enhancement cores, right? But for a more casual player, that's a tall ask. I mean, there's people out there that don't even have 100. I'm only sitting on about 400 myself, which is not a lot, all things considered, but it's enough. And so, I think we need to all think about this change. This change is not what I think the community wants to make it out to be. It does not affect the game as much as people may want to make it out to be. I understand that maybe in PvP there is a small possibility that this change could negatively affect the game. And you're about to see PvP gameplay in just a second. My very rare PvP gameplay. I don't think it does. I don't run the Charged with Light mods in PvP anyways, because I don't feel like they are consistent and do enough for me. The only real thing most people run is Powerful Friends and Radiant Light for the stat increases, which I would only recommend running if you have those mods. If you're going to need either of those stats, strength or mobility. I don't feel like it's worth it just to bump your mobility by 20 or bump your strength by 20 if you're not going to actually use those stats for what they may be used for. I understand a lot of people like using Taking Charge and like using High Energy Fire to give them a little bit of a damage bonus that can help win some gunfights. However, if we're being completely honest with ourselves, PvP build crafting is not ever been in a great state. It's choose your exotic, choose your stat distribution, choose the weapons, put those mods on that you need to get that stat distribution and use those weapons. You're going to use your unflinchings, you're going to use your targetings, you're going to use your scabs, because weapons win you gunfights, weapons win you games. Having ridiculous ability builds that harm your weapons for no reason are not going to ever be S tier in PvP, because they're going to require too much execution for even upper players to execute when they can just, for instance, throw on T-steps, throw on top tree down blade, and Icarus dash with a automatically reloading shotgun at you and just kill you instantly. This is not a change that is going to damage this game. It is a change that long term is going to have positive effects on build crafting. It will make us think inside of PvE, and in PvP it does little to no harm, and maybe even improves the game as a whole, because there will be less random orbs created, which will mean less supers. Less supers is good for the state of PvP balance, because you get more true gunfights, and you get less, oh, there's nothing I can do about that because I just died to a super. These are all good things. In PvE, we could afford to have maybe a little slower supers, a little less orb generation. I do not see a world where this change affects the game negatively. I am willing to backpedal my take on this if I feel like I am wrong. If I feel, for some reason, I'm missing these orbs. But I have gone long periods of time without using masterwork weapons. Because in PvE, you don't really need to masterwork them. Your masterwork barely matters except for the orbs. And that's something they definitely need to look at on the PvE side. Like, our masterwork doesn't do anything for us. Please give us something. Especially in PvE. But this change is not the super negative change that everybody is making it out to be. I know this video is going to get to be controversial for a lot of people, but if you comment on it, please keep it friendly, keep it nice. I don't want to start a war or negative comments in my comment section. I just wanted to put my mind out there, because I feel like nobody is trying to defend this change or looking at this change positively at all. They are either just on the fence and keeping quiet about it, or being openly negative about it. And I personally feel like this change does zero harm to the game, and I have no problems and am possibly for it. But that is all for today's video. I hope everyone has enjoyed. I'm going to leave a dim link to the build in the video for PvE section. It's a controversial hold top tree Nova Bomb build using Axiom bolts. It's very good. I had a lot of fun messing around with it. So if you're interested in what the build was, it'll be there in a dim link for you to open up in dim and use. Alright, everybody, well, that'll be all. I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. And I will talk to all of you Wednesday for a new video. Alright, everybody.